here with one of the other big ones. It's Andrew's Omega product. Up and down this great country, millions of Americans will buy an Omega product today, maybe from the big box store or the drugstore, the health food store. Those Omega products might leave that bad fishy aftertaste. Those Omega products might not be the superior form. This, Andrew, is the world's best. We're talking brain, eye, and heart health and so much more.
Well, it's appropriate we speak about this after we just talked about Daniel Lehman and Daniel Lehman's book that talks about how we keep our brain healthy. Because our brain, and a lot of people think our brain, when we think of important structures, we think our brain must be made of a lot of protein. It's really an important structure. Maybe that's because for most of my life, for the last several decades, we've been busy demonizing fat. But our brain is fat. Our brain is essentially a fatty structure. And by essentially a fatty structure, that if we don't consider the water in our brain, which you have water in all our body, if we don't consider the water in our brain is basically 2/3 fat.
Right.
And the principal fat of our brain is something called DHA.
Right.
If there's a fat that is deficient in the American diet, it's DHA.
Right.
Unfortunately. If there's a fat that's de-emphasized in most omega-3 products, it's DHA. It's an omega-3, but most omega-3 products emphasize EPA. Because the brain is principally DHA, we focus on DHA. Because the retina of the eye is principally DHA, we focus on DHA. It's more expensive to do that. You can't really tell from the price of the product, but we focus on DHA. It's in its natural triglyceride form, whereas unfortunately, most omega-3 products are in their ethyl ester form, which is not found in nature. It's synthetic. So there's nothing like this product in the world from a technical, scientific standpoint of how your body naturally uses omega-3s and needs them. But even better, as you started off in the beginning, Adam, the most important thing is it could be the best omega-3 in the world. If it's hard to swallow, upsets your stomach, fishy aftertaste, or like some of these omega gummies, contains all sorts of additives and tons of calories, you don't want to put that anywhere near your body, let alone in your body.
You can see the size difference between the usual suspects and Andrew's omega-3, so much smaller, easier to swallow. And again, it boils down to the idea that we know taking an Omega product is a great idea. It's a good common sense idea, but let's take the best Omega product. This is the one. There are thousands of reviews, 3,300 of them, and beyond a 5-star perfect. Here's just a couple. Best fish oil. I've used Maximum Essential Omega-3 over the last 4 years. I tried many competitor products before, but did not have a good experience with any of them. I experienced no aftertaste or repeating with Andrew's product. I currently take 8 of his other products daily. I'll read one more. The only fish oil that worked for me. Our family has been ordering Maximum Essential Omega-3 for 6 years. I still remember the time when I tried a few store-bought brands and had to abandon them within a few days because they would cause stomach pains and fishy burps. When I tried this one, no such problems. I've stuck with it ever since. Andrew's Omega-3 has worked consistently. Benefits include better ability to handle stress, sharpness of the brain and vision, relief in joint discomfort. Thank you, Andrew. I would ask anybody out there that has done just that, bought vitamins in good faith, bought a supplement in good faith, and had to abandon it because you didn't like the experience, it was too big to swallow. Try this because you won't abandon this. It's smaller, it's better, it's easier, and there is no fishy aftertaste. And again, the form that it's delivering, the amazing ingredients, it's the best it can be. 078570. I have to draw your attention, obviously, to the fact that the 360 caps were coming in at under $100. Andrew, it's not like you're creating a better supplement, a better vitamin, but we're having to pay through the nose for the fact that it's better. This is, in most cases, probably less than what people are spending even in the big box stores.
And beyond that, if you're spending money on a product that contains a synthetic ingredient in terms of ethyl esters, if it upsets your stomach, if it's hard to swallow, if it has a fishy aftertaste, you're just paying for a bad experience. That with my products, I want to eliminate problems, not create problems. And certainly my products are not perfect, even though they're almost perfectly reviewed. And we often have to go back to the drawing board to correct issues with our problems. You know, and I mean, our calcium products, sometimes the capsules are dry and brittle. Your experience is still good, but I want to create perfect capsules. So it's something that we're focusing on right now. With our cranberry product, sometimes it's not perfect. It can harden in the capsule, even though the cranberry is still perfect. It doesn't look like a perfect product. So we endeavor to make perfect products. It's never an excuse for us to create a product that's less than ideal in any fashion. But most omega-3 products are just nasty to start with. They've been nasty for the decades they've made them, and apparently the folks who make them don't really care. Our omega-3 product, I think it's usually rated somewhere between 4.5 and 4.8 stars.
Right.
That's crazy for an ingredient that's typically the most negatively reviewed ingredient known to mankind. It's fish oil. It's the cod liver oil.
Well, with that being said, we see you. I know there's a little bit of hold, a lot of people grabbing these special savings, but obviously I promise we'll get to you in just a few short moments and we'll process your order. We are going to end this